In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. And I trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace.
Let us take a moment and just go within. And as I go within this morning, I'm reminded of a presence that is all around me. A presence that I know started it all. That infinite power, divine intelligence, that essence that I call God. And I know God as love, infinite, unconditional, and boundless love. That love that God bestowed on all of creation. And I know that God is all there is. And so love must be all there is. And so I know that love is foundational. I know that all of the other qualities of God rest on love. And I, being made in the spiritual image and likeness of God, I know that I am endowed with those same qualities. And so I know that love must be the essence of my being. I know that love and forgiveness, with love and forgiveness, all things are possible. And so as I know that for myself, I know that for each and every person within the sound of my voice and beyond. And I'm just so grateful this morning to be here, to participate in this philosophy that we love so dearly. I'm grateful for this service. I'm grateful for the music, for Joanna and Jim, and for our keyboardist that is on his or her way to CSL TV. And so I just bless this service this morning. I bless Reverend Rick, knowing that God is expressing its essence through Reverend Rick in his words. And so I know that his message this morning will resonate with each and every person within the sound of his voice. And so I simply just let it be, knowing that it's all good because it's all God and it's all love. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Dawn. I think we can just all go home now. It was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see all of you this morning. And I know that, welcome online. We love you. We know that you're a part of us. And whether you're watching us live or later in the day, which I love to do, you are welcome. So if I could get everyone to stand up now, we're going to sing I Am the Light. And it was written by Donna Michael.
Right.
So I guess I can go on. And it's time for me to introduce our practitioner of the day, Don Taylor, and he has a spiritual reading for us this morning.
The reading this morning is from the book 365 Days of Rich Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. The reading is from page 186, and the title of the reading is I Am Love. From the Bible, the book of John, 4th and 18th, and I quote, says, "There is no fear in love. Love casts out all fear, for God is love." Unquote. There's no fear in love, but there's no liberation from fear without love. Fear is based on the supposition that we are unprotected, rejected, and friendless. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace that go with it, then it must turn from everything that denies love and trusting in divine guidance. It must open its being to the influx of love. Not just the love of God, but love of everything, because love is all-inclusive. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Today, divine love and infinite tenderness sustains me. In order that I shall not separate myself from this love, I endeavor to see it reflected in everyone and everything. I shall permit only that which is loving, kind, and true to find entrance through my consciousness. Thus I shall be assured that I am bathed in the warm glow of that love which casts out all fear. I know that there is a supreme impulsion of the universe in me, and that impulsion is called love.
Thank you, Don. Thank you so much. I'll give you that chair. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's time for our songs. Alrighty, this is, I feel like letting go. Is that right? Oh, thank you.
That's
Joanne.
correct, yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Come on, Megan, let's get it together. If I can't let go, the darkness will fade. If I can just let go. There's a light all around me, but the pain in the thought has kept me holding on. But I feel like letting go. I'm ready to run, and I'm ready to leap into what is real. Got a sweet invitation, a mandate of ecstasy. Let go of your will, drop your tools and follow me. Now I am the light within you. It's time to be free. 'Cause I feel like letting go, let go, let God, let go. And I feel like letting go, let go, let God, let go. If I can just let go, heaven's at hand right now. New life is awakening while I'm rearranging these old facts of mine. But I'm tired of holding on, and my heart is making an authentic appeal. Such a sweet invitation, mandate of ecstasy. Don't hold any longer. Set your soul down, let me free. I won't abandon my vision. Time to release. Oh, I feel like letting go. Let go, let God, let go. I feel like letting go, let go, let God, let go. And I feel like letting go, let go, let God, let go. And I feel like letting go, let go, let God, let go. Power of God is guiding me. Surrender to what I've got to be. And deep within, I know God loves me. I'm letting go. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. And deep within, God loves us all. Let go, I'm letting go. I feel like letting go. Let go, let God, let go. I feel like letting go. Let God, let go, let go. And I If we can just let go, the darkness will fade. Let go. Let go. Just pray to let go. Pray to let go. Let go. Let God. Let go. Let go. Let God. Let go. Let go. Let God. Let go.
Thank you so much. We are so blessed. Are we blessed here at CSL today? Each and every one of you, I look out and I see smiling faces and I see all the love that is generated here, the families and the moms and all, just everything is so absolutely wonderful today. So, our guest speaker this morning, I almost said tonight, we've been through so much already, is no stranger to us here at CSL TV. Some of you may not know that Rick is a staff minister at Huntington Beach, CSL in Huntington Beach, and before then he served as a practitioner and a board president. Oh my goodness, what a great job. At the Seal Beach Center for Living. Now, I don't want to be board president, but I know it's a great job. Okay. He worked professionally in the high-tech field and enjoys hobbies now. Golf and photography, and he has 4 children. He may want to tell you more about that. So I am just going to turn this over to Reverend Rick, and his talk is Be the Miracle You Wish to See. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
With all the great stuff before, I've also said it's time to go. You know, we got all charged up with the songs and the prayers and all. I'm very grateful for being here with you today. An interesting story when Reverend Charlene had me come out to talk, and then also asked me to teach a class. So I'm out here teaching 4 agreements classes on Tuesday nights. And so I thought, man, this is really cool because my son is 2 miles away. And I'm based in Seal Beach. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can come and we can go out to dinner and we can visit and spend the night. And then I can come and talk with you guys in the morning. Well, 3 weeks ago, he moved to Northern California. So that plan went out the window. But the good part about it is I know the way here. And you guys are always welcoming to me, and I just feel great just as soon as I get out of my car here, and I appreciate that. And so what I wanted to talk to you today about is being that miracle, and a lot of times it's like, okay, that's a nice catchphrase, but what does it mean? You know, how can I use that? So I don't know if you recall, if you've heard me before, but I always like to reference movies. That just kind of helps me in the conversation because I believe that know that our imagination creates. And so I believe that in movies, they kind of push the boundaries of that frame of reality. And you can see things that are possible or might be possible, just kind of stretching your imagination. So the movie that I have for you today is Bruce Almighty. I don't know if you've heard of that movie before. But it's an interesting movie. It's a comedy, but it also has a great storyline to it. And so Bruce, he says that, God, you have me underneath a magnifying glass, and you're like frying me at every moment. So why are you doing this to me? And so he keeps on and on and on. And so then he finally says, well, let me do the job, because I could do a better job than you're doing. And so God says, okay, we'll give you this 2-block area. You can just take care of it. You have all my powers. And so he did a lot of tricks, right? He changed his car to be a sports car. He did a lot of things, and he was in a diner once, and he got a bowl of soup, and he was doing all of his powers, and he separated the bowl of soup so that there was soup on each side of the bowl. And then God shows up and says, "Are you having fun?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Well, there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that." And so he goes about, the movie is about his trials and tribulations of serving himself, and then as he goes through the process, he comes to the realization that there's more to serving himself, that there's a bigger need out there. And so God gives him this, does this quote. So, parting soup is not a miracle, Bruce. It's a magic trick. A single mom who's working 2 jobs and still finds time to take her kid to the soccer practice, that's a miracle. A teenager who says no to drugs and yes to an education, that's a miracle. People want me to do everything for them, but what they don't realize is they have the power. You want to see a miracle, son? Be the miracle. And I thought that was great quote. So that started me down a path. And another thing, I don't know, you may not know about me, but I don't like jargon. You know, like you throw a phrase out there, and if you don't have anything behind it, it's like, what are you supposed to do with that? So if I just said, go out and be a miracle, okay, we're done. You go, okay, whatever, you know, sounded nice, but how does that apply to me? And so I was thinking over the last few weeks, I had some interactions in class, and I had some interaction with other people about the turmoil that we're having in the world today, about the politics and about the wars and about things that are happening. And there's a lot of people worried about that. And it's like, well, what can I do about it? You know, I can't single-handedly stop the war. I can't single-handedly make everybody get along in the political world. So what can I do? You know, what's there for me to do? And so I turned to this guy that I turn to a lot, Ernest Holmes, and he actually has he has a 3-step program that is the answer to being the miracle. And I was like, wow, we really give us the steps, right? Here's 10 steps, you do this. I mean, so whenever you say steps, everybody kind of gets excited. I know I do. All I have to do is these 3 steps, and I'll be a miracle. And so there's a little bit, more to it than that. But let's kind of explore what Ernest had to say. So he wants us to refocus our view on life. And some of you may already have that refocus, but let's just start at ground zero for those that are at ground zero, just looking at this for the first time. The first thing he says, his first step is have new horizons of thinking. Have new horizons of thinking. He says we need to stop and we need to look and we need to understand that we have a spiritual universe. So a lot of us get hung up on the physical side, but we have to realize that not only is there physical, there's mental, and there's spiritual. Whenever you encompass all of those parts of the universe, your mind opens up. If you're only looking at what's physically in front of you today, it's easy to lose hope. It's easy to fall in a rut, going, life is just terrible. It's easy to do that. But if you take that perspective that there's all 3 elements. Now, a lot of people do 2 of the elements. A lot of people do the physical and they do the mental, but they skip out on the spiritual. And so Ernest's challenge is to do all 3. And there's a realization that we have to come through, not only for ourselves, but for everybody, that there's a divine spark of God within us. And it's within everybody. Nobody out there doesn't have that spark. Everybody has the spark. And so one of the things that sometimes we forget is that divine spark, that connection of soul, that's our connection to God. That allows us to talk to God. So who can talk to God? Everyone. Everybody has the spark. So you've got that direct line to God. So let's figure out how to use it. So this was a very interesting thing that he said that I just really stopped and had to think a few times. I'm still thinking about it. He says, when imagination and will are in conflict, the imagination always wins. So how many times have you imagined the worst? How many times? And how many times when something else came up that wasn't good, you go, oh, piling on. There's God with the magnifying glass, picking on me. You know, how many of you thought that? And so the imagination always wins. And I thought that was something I needed to work on and to really digest. Because you can't, if you've got the will, and you say, hey, you know, I'm going to make something happen, and then you got your imagination imagining the worst, which one's going to win? Right? But flip it around. What if your imagination is the best of all worlds? Well, wouldn't that be cool if that won, which it does, over your will? So instead of, I mean, I don't know if you do this, but whenever I have challenging times, I shut down. I shut down and I look inwardly. And I go, okay, how did you screw this up? Or how did it get to be this bad? And I'm just looking inwardly. And what Ernest Holmes says is, no, that's not the thing to do. The thing to do is look outward. Look at the universe. Look at all that's out there, all the good that's out there, and that you're a part of it. There's something bigger than you that's there, but you're part of that big thing. So whenever you do that, you get those new horizons of thinking. You break that mold of being picked on or being the victim. You're able to move forward. So that's the first one, new horizons of thinking. So as everybody said, everybody's going to do the new horizons of thinking? Okay, 2 people? No, 3? Okay. So the second step is the new approaches to living. New approaches to living it's really interesting. You've probably heard this many times in many different forms, but how we imagine our life is how it shows up for us. How many of you have experienced that? Yeah. Absolutely. How you imagine. And remember, the imagination always wins out. So how you imagine, that's how it shows up. The thing that sometimes, whenever things are really bad, and we get really worried, we lose sight of the most important thing. And that is, we can change our response. We can always change our response. So as things come forward to us and it's not right where we want it to be, we can change our response. Remember, the new horizons of thinking is you're thinking of the whole universe and the mental and the physical and the spiritual. So when you get out in that realm, there's a whole lot more possibilities. So you don't feel locked in that there's only one way out, that there's only one way to be happy. You break out of that as you realize it. And so, how many of you have ever experienced a negative condition? Okay, all right. I think that's unanimous there. So, when you experience those negative conditions, you know, that's when your positive faith needs to be the strongest. You know, that is not you. That negative experience, you are not that negative experience. And whatever's happening is not you. You're that divine spark of God, not that situation that you're confronting. So as your faith grows stronger and as you view more in a bigger picture of things, you don't feel locked in and you don't feel hopeless because you know that the universe is always saying yes to you. Always saying yes. Has anybody ever had the universe say no to them? Okay. So new approaches to living, and it's like, well, what is it made up of? You know, it's nice to have words to go, oh, new approaches to living. But again, I go back to, where's the meat on the bones? Where is what I need to do? And so he says, how to change. There's 3 points to it. Seeing the highest and the best in others, always. Seeing the highest and best in others, always. The other is use the power of forgiveness. How many of you are proficient on the power of forgiveness? A couple of people. Yeah, I'm the recording, so I got to be, honest. But it's one that I work on. I'm getting pretty good at it, but I still get some curves thrown my way that gives me some exercise in my beliefs. And the last one is attitude of gratitude. How many of you, in showing gratitude, have room at the same time to think of lack, to think badly, to think, things are really bad for you or bad for another person? How many of you can do an attitude of gratitude and that aspect of lack in the same time? It's impossible. Love and fear cannot exist together. It's either one or the other. So which one do you guys choose? Love. Good choice. I want to give you guys all gold stars as you leave here today. So, the positive attitude of openness and understanding, that's what allows you to process these events that are happening in the world today. You can't focus on the negative and, oh, that's too bad or whatever. You have compassion for the people that are affected by the news, but you hold that higher knowledge that everybody is a divine spark of God and that we're all in this together. And so that's the second, new approaches to living. And the last one, new dimensions of experience. So it's natural for us to want to help one another, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I had this experience this morning whenever I was getting ready for my drive. I decided, since I was coming to talk to you, that I must splurge and get an apple fritter. And so I don't normally do that, but I wanted to be sugared up for you guys, so I got an apple fritter. And as I was walking into the door, a gentleman came up and said, would you buy me a cup of coffee? And I said, sure. So he was standing outside, and I looked at him and said, well, you wanted a cup of coffee? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, come on. And so we went into the donut shop, and I got him a cup of coffee, and he thanked me for that. And I got in my car and started eating my apple fritter. But the idea is that you see the best in everybody. You just see it. And you just see it. And that alone will change your life. Just seeing the best in everybody. Being positive in all situations. I have a saying that I'm known for. And I've actually had people roll their eyes whenever I say it. But my motto is happy is a choice. I choose happy. And that has been probably 15 years or more that I've had that saying. And I actually, did anybody roll their eyes? No. But they say, because you can't be happy all the time. And I go, I'm not happy all the time, but that's my intention. My intention is to be happy all the time. And some of those times where something comes up that's a little rough for me, I may not be happy, but I'm trying to figure out how to see the best in that circumstances so I can go back to being happy. And I can work my way through it. So this was an interesting thing that he said, and we've heard the divine spark of God within you, right? That's we've heard that a lot. But he said it a little bit differently. He said within every person, there's a spiritual equivalent, a perfect prototype. Within every person, there is a perfect prototype. So as you're looking at individuals that their behavior and their actions aren't ideal, you're to look past that, not condone it, not say it's okay, but just know, one, the universe is always saying yes, love always wins, And that person has that divine spark within them, even though they may not be doing something that's helping themselves or others. And so we use our word with great conviction. I mean, when we speak our word, it creates. Just like our thoughts create, so does our words. And so it's important for us to declare that truth for everyone and to stand by it, to not waver. You can't say, oh, I see the divine spark in you, but would you stop doing this, that, or the other? Or, I see the divine spark in you, but you shouldn't do that. Or get different clothes. You can't do that. If you see the divine spark, you see the beauty in the person, and you see past all of the physical that may be presented in front of you. And that's the challenge. That's the challenge, to see that new dimension and experience. And so what happens is we have the ability to expand the dimensions of our experience. I want you to think of this, what I'm fixing to say here, and just really hone in on it. And I'll even say it a couple of times. You, as a divine spark of God, have the access to the selectivity, the creativity, and the imagination of God. You have that connection. So how many of you would say no to that connection? Not very many people would. They're just not confident to use it. And that's the thing. You need to trust. You need to have the faith. And you need to know with a surety that you're always loved and you're never alone. And the universe is always working for you. So those 3 steps, who wants to recite them for me? All right, I'll do it. All right, so the first one is new horizons of thinking. The next one is new approaches to living. And the third is new dimensions of experience. So just using those words as titles for the 3 steps, how many of you think that you can be the miracle that somebody needs today?
I'm trying.
You're trying. You can all be the miracle. You can all be the miracle. And I know this for surety. And I know with all that I know that every one of you are loved and that you are never alone and the universe is always saying yes to you. And so say yes back to it. Say yes to God. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend. I'm going to go home and make some notes. It's real. If there's only 3 steps, I'm for it. Thank you so much. Now it is time for another song.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay, I didn't have that here. Can our ambassadors come forward, please? It's time for our tithes and our offerings. We are so blessed. Thank you, Ignacio and Holly, for being our ambassadors this morning. So if you will repeat with me our affirmation of truth this morning. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. And so it is. Oops. Thank you. Thank you all, those of you who are auto-tithers and those of you that choose to give each week in your own way. We are so grateful. You are what keeps our community together, and it keeps us growing. And we know that that third piece is going to be right up here before very long. Tonight or this afternoon, I almost called you Reverend, Practitioner Beth Haas leading a Zoom meeting on visioning, and we absolutely see our keyboardist right here. So thank you.
God is a source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need.
Well, I tried to get a second song or third song out of our wonderful team this morning, and we're so grateful for both of you for holding that space and for continuing to uplift us and bring us your gifts. So now we have announcements with Mike Long. Our Reverend Charlene made us all so special. And here, Mike.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley. We do have some announcements for you today. We have a save the date announcement first. The annual CSL TV Joshua Tree Retreat is being planned now with Craig Hurst, Greg Piero, and Beth Haas. This will be on October 10th through the 12th. This is a beautiful retreat with stargazing, possible comet sightings, and spiritual practice together. Plan your October around this fantastic offering. And we have a couple one-day events. The CSL TV Summer Night at Storm Stadium will be on August 30th. And we're also planning a Summer Beach Day in Oceanside, and there will be more information soon about those. The CSL TV Divine Wellness Group continues to offer a 10-minute personal energy healing service in Suite B just across the breezeway. This is a love offering from this group. Please give yourself the gift of beautiful energy healing. We are starting a spiritual practice of visioning to call in our newest member of the music team. If you are interested, join the practitioner Beth Haas, Joanna, and Jim for an online Zoom visioning on Sunday, May 19th, which is today, and the 26th at 5 p.m. There's also a sign-up sheet on the activities table. And the CSL TV education is back this summer. Rev Shar and practitioner Beth Haas will be teaching a CSL accredited course. It's called Exploring the Roots of Science of Mind. The founder of the Science of Mind, Dr. Ernest Holmes, studied with many of the great New Thought teachers. And in this course, we will explore the writings of Thomas Troward, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Emma Curtis Hopkins, and Ernest Holmes. These great thinkers created the foundation of this philosophy. Dates and times are coming soon. And the men's breakfast this Wednesday at 9 a.m. will be at Annie's Restaurant on Jefferson and Winchester. And that concludes our announcements.
Great job of keeping us informed. Really, really, absolutely delighted to have all of our ambassadors take such great part. And now it is time. Reverend Rick, would you like to lead us in our closing prayer this morning?
Turn my button on.
Okay.
Can you turn my button back on?
Sure. Thank you.
I invite you to all take a moment and take a deep breath with me. I always do this at my beginning of my prayers because it reminds me to be present. To be present and also know that God is all there is. And know of the infinite abundance that's available to me in joy, wisdom, and peace. I know this to be true for everyone. I know the universe always says yes to us, and I know that each one of us has that divine spark within us, that we can energize our lives to happiness, and share that happiness with others. And we can do that knowing of the infinite universe always saying yes. May you be blessed today and every day. And may you know with a surety that you are always loved and that you are never alone. And so it is.
So it is. Oh, thank you so much. What a blessing it has been this morning to be here with each and every one of you and to see you online. And I'm going to go home and see us all again, because when I'm host, sometimes I don't get everything. And I've heard a saying that it takes 7 times to really get a lesson. So I don't think I'm going to watch it 7 times, but I am going to watch it. So anyway, thank you all. And now we're going to sing our closing song with Joanna and Jim. Thank you.
All right, you can go on and stand up if you'd like. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the basic of sufficient. Didn't know love of God was in. Now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go now. This is what you have to say. Come on. I believe and